Today, we're telling the story of a different kind of hero. You know, someone who served in the shadows, making sure that certain headlines were never ever written. This is the story of a quiet professional and the incredible legacy he built.
This single idea, well, it's really at the heart of our whole explainer today. It defines a certain kind of service, one that's all about vigilance and discipline and this immense responsibility, all of it happening far, far away from the public eye. So we're talking about this silent line of defense. We're talking about individuals whose success wasn't measured by the battles they won, but by the crises they completely averted.
Look, the Cold War wasn't just sustained by presidents and diplomats. It was held together by a line of strategic heroes working in the shadows. These were soldiers who were defined by just unwavering discipline, absolute trust, and flawless reliability. Every single day, they performed these precise, critical tasks where just one mistake, one slip, could have had catastrophic consequences.
So let's go to the front line of this silent war, right to the atomic edge of the Cold War. This was a world of immense secrecy and just constant danger. And for a soldier named Jerry, it was his operational reality.
You know, the cold, almost bureaucratic simplicity of this document, it's really striking. This isn't some movie poster, it's a cover sheet for the Mighty Oak test. And this single piece of paper represents the high-stakes, technically complex, and incredibly dangerous world where Jerry served.
So what exactly were these tests? Well, a nuclear weapons effects test wasn't just about setting off a device. No way. It was a controlled experiment to see how our own military systems, our communications, our structures, our hardware, how they would survive a nuclear blast. This work was absolutely essential to maintaining a credible deterrent.
So, who was the man trusted enough to work in this kind of high-stakes environment? Well, his record really speaks for itself. It's a career built on proven competence and the steady, quiet accumulation of trust.
And this right here, this isn't just praise. It's a summary of impact. It's a direct quote from Jerry's Defense Meritorious Service Medal citation. And it connects his personal character, his hard work, his technical expertise, his versatility to real, tangible outcomes. The successful completion of 8 of these absolutely critical tests. When you put these two documents together, they tell such a powerful story. On the left, you've got the medal recognizing his vital contributions. And on the right, his promotion to Sergeant First Class in July of 1987. Now, this wasn't just another stripe on his sleeve. This was a senior leadership rank. It was a symbol that the Army was no longer testing him, they were depending on him.
But there was another layer to Jerry's service, one that was even further from the light. His really unique ability to operate in the covert world of counterintelligence earned him a truly, truly unique form of recognition.
Okay, this is not your standard military award. Not at all. It's called the Order of the Black Cape and Dull Dagger, and it's given by the Army's Counterintelligence Detachment. The language on it is just incredible, recognizing performance in association with, and I quote, spooks, spies, and devious means.
This award, it represents something so profound. It's a formal acknowledgement for having, quote, weathered and withstood the pitfalls, dangers, and dire temptations of the clandestine world. I mean, that just speaks volumes about the strength of character it takes to navigate that environment and come out on top.
Jerry's military service obviously shaped him in a huge way, but it was really only one chapter of his story. The principles he lived by in uniform, loyalty, structure, devotion, they became the very foundation of his life back at home.
So while his professional life was defined by all this secrecy and national security, his personal life was a complete open book of dedication to his wife, Sheila, and the family they built together. The mission had changed, but the man didn't. And his personal legacy is every bit as profound as his professional one. It began with his 4 daughters, who carried forward all the lessons and the love from his life of service.
And from there, that legacy just expanded to 15 grandchildren who all grew up hearing his stories and learning about the values that really defined who he was.
And it just keeps on growing, with 9 great-grandchildren, a living, breathing testament to a life of profound and lasting impact.
So we end right where we began. Some men fight wars, and some men prevent them. Sergeant First Class Jerry stood in that silent line right between the two. And because he did, and because so many quiet professionals just like him did their duty, the world endured.